I'm wondering, how is Carla Esparza that big of an underdog? Because from what I remember, Zhang Weili's last title shot, she lost because of Rose Namajunas' takedowns. And speaking of Rose Namajunas, who by the way got out wrestled by Carla Esparza for Carla Esparza to become champion. If it wasn't for Carla Esparza's takedowns, she would have not been the undisputed champion of the strawweight division. And I'm wondering, how does that make any sense? Because Rose beat Zhang Weili because of the takedowns. And Carla Esparza beat Rose Namajunas of the takedowns because of the takedowns. So why can't Carla Esparza take Zhang Weili down and win, not win, but defend the belt? When she did it against Rose Namajunas, who did the same thing to Zhang Weili. She did the exact same thing. She took him down repeatedly and she won via decision. Now why can't Carla Esparza do that to Zhang Weili? That doesn't make any sense, right? Well, I think a lot of people look at Zhang Weili's title, her first title shot against Jessica Andrade, who's a very dangerous wrestler who can stand up with you. She has that power and she has the takedowns. And they remember that fight because of how emphatic the finish was, where Zhang Weili just blasted through her. Now is she gonna do that same thing to Carla Esparza? Now she might, but I don't think that she's gonna disrespect the takedowns of Carla Esparza, because Carla Esparza is somebody that's looking for the takedown whenever you come in. So if you're gonna be aggressive, you better be ready to sprawl and brawl. And another thing is that Carla Esparza lost her title shot the very first time that she got the title shot. She lost it to Joanna Jędrzejczyk. And a lot of people knows that Zhang Weili blasted right through her, right through Joanna Jędrzejczyk in their last fight. And in the first fight, hell, that was a crazy fight. Joanna Jędrzejczyk had a massive bump on her head. She must be pregnant in her forehead, but I don't know what the hell happened there. But they look at that and they go, so this is what happened to the woman that beat Carla Esparza. So they do the math and they go, well, I think I know who's gonna win. Well, I don't think you know who's gonna win. Just because of that. Just because of the fact that Joanna Jędrzejczyk beat Carla Esparza and Zhang Weili beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk twice. MMA math doesn't work. I'm not saying that it doesn't work all the time. It could work. I have seen it work where the MMA math is proven correct. But most of the time, that's not really the case. I'm not saying Carla's gonna win or she's not going to win. But what I'm giving you is a reminder of how Zhang Weili's last title shot went. How she got taken down 5 times in a round and she lost her title shot. And I think it's just fair to put some light into that fight because I don't think a lot of people remember how that went. I think they remember how Zhang Weili's last fight went, where she took Joanna and Jacek down, where she showed improvements in her game, which is incredible. That's what happens when somebody loses, they improve their game. That's great to see if you're a Zhang Weili fan. I'm a Zhang Weili fan. But I think it's unfair that we're just Zhang Weili fans and we don't respect Carla Esparza's ability to take Zhang Weili down and win by decision or TKO. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying Carla Esparza is gonna win. All I'm trying to do is sway your opinion because Carla Esparza is a 3-1 underdog, which is crazy. Knowing that Zhang Weili in her last title shot lost because of takedowns. And Carla Esparza is the master of that specific aspect of MMA in the strawweight division.